Whose cell phone is right after that? Hope not mine. I'd like to say welcome to.
So, Mr. Mayor, I understand you had a meeting with the Minister of Health.
Yeah, we had several.
Okay, how did your meetings go? Did you feel he was listening to the concerns of the people of the Northern Peninsula?
No, I believe that he decided even before we got there that the decision had been made and we weren't going to change his mind.
Down the road, what do you see as the biggest issue with losing the air ambulance for the local communities?
It's a big question. It covers a lot of areas.
Yeah.
It's what we've been arguing for in the past number of weeks, really, since we've heard, what the government says is going to happen. We're looking at losing the jobs, of course. That's part of it. We're looking at the economic impacts that will have on the town and on the area. I mean, for the families that are involved in this, it's a very difficult decision, picking up and moving, things like that. We understand what they're going through. And the minister has said as well, he understands what they're going through. But I'd like to also look at the impact upon our airport, upon our hospital as well. Our airport, as it stands right now, with just one provincial carrier there as it is, really I don't know if that's going to be enough to keep the airport in the area. If the airport goes, all the things that happen because the airport is there, they're gone as well. On top of that, our hospital. We're used as a referral service for all of southern Labrador and other parts of Labrador in certain cases as well. That will not be there. As the report suggests, most of the flights now will be going to Happy Valley Goose Bay. I don't know how that's going to happen, but that's what the report suggests. So if we lose the specialist services and the referrals here in St. Anthony, we're going to be downgraded to a clinic or a cottage hospital, something that we've had for 100 years close to it, going right down to nothing. And I mean, these effects are not something I'm dreaming up. These are facts. I've talked to the people in the industry with the airport, and I've talked to people in medicine, in medical and hospital areas, and also with government people. They know it. They understand that, yes, this is going to be a major impact. That was our question. How do you justify it based on the report that you have an independent do? I mean, and that's what government did. They had an independent consultant do a report based on numbers and flights, and that's basically what was there. And based on those numbers, those flights, recommendations were made, 8 of them. We also had a report, but it wasn't our report. It was a report done by the people that actually operate the air ambulance service and everything, flight personnel and things like that. They had all of the flight records, everything in place. There was no real, change in numbers. The numbers were there, but the recommendation part of it, was way off. There was no agreement whatsoever on the recommendations.
Okay, so you're the president of the Chamber of Commerce for St. Anthony?
St. Anthony and area.
Okay. And what is the general feeling of the Chamber of Commerce with regard to the decision to move the air ambulance? What's their position?
Disbelief. It's hard to accept that government would make a decision without having all the facts straight in the first place. We feel that I don't have a copy of that report that was just presented, but I have a fair idea that there's a lot more information in that than was into the report that government made their decision on. As a chamber, we look at it from an economic perspective. We certainly feel that it's going to have drastic implications here for this area. Not just the loss of jobs as a result of the air ambulance, but to attract others into it. The loss of the ambulance, we're going to lose specialists. We're going to have our hospital downgraded to probably not much more than just a clinic if the trend keeps going in that direction. So it's going to have serious consequences. It's the pillar of strength is our economic growth will depend on a reversal of this decision, and we're very, very much concerned about it.
Now, obviously, you're a business owner, and what can a business owner in St. Anthony, what can they do to persuade the government that this is going to be a bad situation for business and even new business that wants to come to the area?
I have a relatively young staff. I employ somewhere in the range of 50, 60 people. My business is all over this peninsula. And I can see where this can have some drastic implications here. The fishery is in great trouble. There's it's despair. There's disbelief by the people who all over the town, not just my employees, that where's my future? You know, some of those younger people have invested into homes here in St. Anthony, and my business is going to be affected because there's going to be millions of dollars that's going to be taken out of our economy, and subsequently, that's going to lead to, laying off probably 1 or 2 or perhaps 10, who knows, down the road. How many people will lose their jobs? Not just my business. All the businesses on the whole peninsula will suffer as a result of this because of the downturn in the economy as a result of taking this service away.
Okay, so if you had an opportunity to speak to government directly, what would your message be to the government?
Be a little bit more considerate, speaking from an economic perspective. Even if there was extra money, why not give a bit of that extra wealth that the Avalon and the rest of the province is enjoying from all the oil business and spin-offs that's in that area. Even if it was costing extra money, give something to rural Newfoundland for a change that will help to our economy to grow, not just keeping it in a few larger centres.
Perfect.